So today is officially the last day, and it's been quiet. I haven't heard from anyone. The last week and a half since I turned in my notice, it's been really weird. I talked to my executive director, I've talked to a couple of other directors, and then slowly transitioned things out. And it's just been so quiet and so just, I guess I really didn't know what to expect. But not much of a transition, which is really cool. Just a little weird. Anyway, tomorrow's day one. Day one of unemployment, employment. Maybe 3 years since I've tried to float. So what were my first 2 days like? Like I said, last day was February 5th. It was Wednesday. So day number 1 was Thursday. Day number 2, Friday. Quick recap of it. Finalized the stuff for the bank account. Made a couple payments to the content strategy team that's working with me. Q, Izzy, and the boys, and Tessa. Set up a few apps for some productivity stuff. And even went and picked up another camera, which this little bad boy here has been fun to play with. What else did I do? I ordered a bunch of stuff off of Amazon. Picked up some office supplies. Made a decision to reinvest in myself, and I just recommitted or committed to my coach for a year-long journey with him to deepen my practice on breath work and flow, and really looking forward to dive into that and have training every day or every week, and really just create the discipline that I need, because this new adventure is going to create some new disciplines. I know that there's going to be some new shadows that come up, and so I'm going to need to be on top of my game. I'm going to need to add to my own arsenal of self-care and self-love, and so this is something that I'll be bringing to my clients as well. So I'll integrate much of this into the already deep practice that I have through Chris, and there's going to be some cool workshops coming up, so that's pretty awesome. Friday we had some new content strategy, filming with the Misfits, and there's a little bit of a new framework there, so that was a little bit uneasy for me. A little bit discomfort there, but just working on getting the new framework in place so that when I get into flow, I know that I need to hit the points A, B, and C, right? Or whatever the case is. So a little bit of stretching there. That was pretty cool. I absolutely locked in the second paid speaking engagement for the year, which is absolutely cool. It's Northwestern Mutual, and it's $250. My contact there asked me if I wanted any electronic funds or I wanted a check, paper check, and I asked for a paper check because I don't even think I'm going to cash it. Just a nostalgia of my first one for the year, and I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some more engagements with them. And so right now it's a great update, right? I've got 3 speaking engagements for the year. 2 are paid. 1 is $1,000, 1 is $250, and the third one is actually speaking for free, and I'll cover that a little bit in this video as well. That's the other thing. I want to be very open, very transparent, very authentic in what it is I'm booking, how I'm booking it, what that feels like. Really just talk more about the mental and the emotional journey of it, the ups and downs of it. Anything that you would not normally see on the highlight reel, that's what you're going to see here on this channel. 2 meetings booked for next week, 2 net new meetings, and they were not via social, which is pretty cool. One was local business owner in the gym in the sauna, so don't be afraid to have eye contact and talk to someone in the sauna. And the second was just a local meetup with someone that I connected with via LinkedIn, and On the way out, he asked the table if they could take a picture of us, and it just so happened that we started chatting, and it turned into the business owner giving me his card, asking me to give him a call to vet a little bit more about what I do and how we can be a better fit, or if we can be a fit. So pretty excited. I've got 2 good opportunities, pipeline opportunities, I'll call them. So just the organic growth has been phenomenal. I can't complain. Let's see. This week on Thursday night, I actually had a prospect call from LinkedIn, from a LinkedIn lead. Lessons learned there. One of the lessons is I've got to be very intentional with the hard boundaries between my work and family and myself. Meaning, I took my son to basketball practice at 7. He started practice. I watched maybe the first half of it, and then I jumped on a vetting call with a potential client. The call went over a little bit, and so as I was rushing to get back into my son, he says, "Dad, where were you?" And he didn't see me in the first half, but when he looked up in the second, I was gone, and it just kind of messed it. Well, that's not really the issue. I put the call on hold. We got going, and then the guy ended up just like rushing off the phone. But it's more important for me to be there and be present instead of trying to juggle it, because for so many years the habit was juggling work and juggling the personal time. So just working through that and creating new habits and a new balance is probably one of the things that's going to be maybe a little bit of a struggle for me. I've even noticed it with taking them to school. Prior to me going solo, I would always be on a conference call or something like that. So I'd walk in with my earbuds in. And so those are things that I don't want to continue, because the real reason for exiting corporate and doing my own thing is just to create more time and more freedom to have more experiences and just enjoy the bliss of life. And if I'm doing that, then I'm not glued to the phone and I'm not trying to balance work and play and all of it. So I just need to work on that. So that's one of the things that I've identified that could be a potential obstacle, could be a potential struggle, and I'm just working through a framework of it right now. So making sure that I also take time for me beyond my morning times when I'm going through my morning routine, but just remembering to play. That's what this is all about, just remembering to play. And in line with all that, just one of the other things that I've learned this week is just to really have better communication with my son, better communication with my wife, learning to use calendars a little bit better, learning to navigate her schedule and my schedule, and recognizing the boundaries and the space that we all need here as individuals within the house and as a family. So that's pretty cool. One of the things that really popped up this week was with the new energy flow, and even me having a little bit of a disrupted energy. I think we all have disrupted energy in the house. There's been a shift, and with that shift, I know that when you shake the bottle up, that you'll kind of stir things up, and so those new shadows will arise. And so with the new experiment that we're going through right now, and the new experiences that we're having, I fully expect more shadows to come up. And the reality is for a few days this week, I was a complete dick to my wife. And I'm very grateful that she held space for me. I'm very grateful that she was just able to be there and be present and let me work through those shadows and work through those things. So just creating that energetic shift and stepping into that new flow of things, I think I think that'll really help out. And then, maybe that's just some fear, right? Maybe some unresolved fear, because even making this transition from $250K a year into literally month 1 with, no revenue yet, and we're into week 2. Today, I even had a little bit of fear step in, and then it was just simply coming back to my breath and finding the present moment and recognizing that I've got pipeline, that I've got revenues that I haven't collected yet, that there is money and there are resources, and that I'm always provided for, I'm always supported, and I'm always taken care of. So it's just really been setting into the vibration of the new flow, not letting the fear consume me, not letting things just get out of hand in my head, and just really focusing on enjoying this and playing right now. This is a big component for me, is really enjoying the momentum, enjoying the transition, and making it fun, because the thing that I know is if I make it a struggle, it's going to be a struggle. And so I'm in a position where we've got some marketing behind us. We're going to put some resources into branding and logo, and there's going to be a whole strategy in place. And I just trust the process, that it all plays out exactly like I've envisioned it. And when the creepy crawlies come, my only job is to simply remove the resistance and allow the vision to just rise. Remove the resistance and allow the vision to just rise. So, as this thing develops, I hope that you continue to join me in this journey. I hope that this gives you some impact, this gives you some value, and if there's some things that I can answer for you within my own journey, please just leave a comment, ping me. I'm very, very happy to engage and have that dialogue. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm figuring it out as I go along, but that's the beauty of this whole thing. It is an experiment to be had. That's the beauty of this whole thing. It is simply just fun. So find those moments where you can live in bliss. Find those moments where you live in between thoughts and words, and just experiment and create and see where life brings you, because that's what's happening for me right now.